De-influencing is still influencing. The branding of anti-consumerism. Welcome to the Threads of Culture, a show that unpacks the evolving landscape of design, branding, and the cultural forces shaping the global stage. Today, we're looking at how the most anti-commercial movement on the internet became a commercial strategy almost overnight. Anti-consumerism is the most profitable thing brands have ever sold you. Sit with that for a second. Why do the creators telling you not to buy the Dyson Airwrap use the same ring lights, the same framing, the same algorithm as the creators telling you to buy it? Understanding this pattern changes how you see every piece of content in your feed. Because the machinery that converts sincerity into sales isn't a glitch. It's the system working exactly as designed. Here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll trace the cultural pattern that keeps turning countercultures into commodities, from punk zines to minimalist lifestyle brands. Then, we'll follow the money behind de-influencing, from Patagonia's famous anti-ad to the creators landing brand deals by telling you not to buy things. And finally, we'll look at where this cycle is heading now, that algorithms can absorb rebellion faster than anyone can produce it. This pattern is older than the internet, much older. In the late 1970s, Jamie Reed was hand-cutting ransom note typography for Sex Pistols' album covers. The visual language of punk was deliberately hostile to commercial design, jagged, photocopied, ugly on purpose. It said, "We reject your polished corporate world," and it meant it, for about 15 years. By the early 1990s, that same ransom note style was showing up in Nike ads, Absolute Vodka campaigns, fashion editorials. The energy that made punk feel dangerous was exactly what made it valuable to advertisers. Rebellion has texture. It has authenticity. And authenticity sells. The same thing happened to grunge. Flannel shirts and thrift store aesthetics went from Seattle basements to Marc Jacobs runway in roughly 5 years. Hippie counterculture gave us tie-dye and meditation as consumer products within a decade. Marie Kondo built her brand on the philosophy of owning less years before the Netflix show. The product ecosystem came later, somewhat against her own public positioning. Which makes the irony precise. She didn't exactly sell out. She just discovered that the market for minimalism is enormous, and the market has its own logic. The cycle is always the same. A subculture emerges in opposition to the mainstream. It develops its own visual and verbal language. That language gets noticed for its raw credibility. Commercial interests adopt it, and the subculture either dies, mutates, or accepts its absorption. Michael Serrazio, who wrote The Authenticity Industries in 2024, argues this isn't a bug in capitalism, it's a feature. The commodification of keeping it real is structural. Authenticity is now the single most valuable brand asset, which means performing non-commercialism is the most commercially rewarded thing you can do. Enter de-influencing. In January 2023, a TikTok creator named Sad Girl Swag posted a video rattling off a list of trendy products she was telling you not to buy. UGG minis, Stanley cups, Charlotte Tilbury wands. The format was simple. Direct-to-camera, numbered list. A confessional tone that said, "I'm being honest with you when no one else will." It exploded. Thousands of creators replicated the format within weeks. And here's where it gets interesting. The format itself became a product. Not a physical one, but a content product with its own visual grammar, its own conventions, its own aesthetic of no aesthetic. Minimal set dressing, casual delivery, lowercase energy. If you put a traditional influencer haul next to a de-influencer anti-haul, the structure is almost identical. Same framing, same lighting, same platform. The only thing that changed was the verb, from buy this to don't buy this. Patagonia understood this paradox over a decade earlier. In 2011, they ran a full-page ad in the New York Times on Black Friday. It featured a photo of their R2 jacket with the headline, "Don't buy this jacket." The ad laid out the environmental cost of consumption and asked customers to think twice. It was sincere. The company genuinely does invest in sustainability initiatives. But it also drove record sales, because telling people not to buy your product positions you as the brand for people who see through brands. A study out of Lund University analyzed Patagonia alongside Nudie Jeans, which offers free repair stations, and found that both companies use emotional storytelling and anti-consumption messaging to deepen brand loyalty, not diminish it. The honesty becomes the hook. De-influencing followed the same script, just faster. Many of the creators who built audiences by telling you what not to buy began recommending alternatives in the same videos. Don't buy X. Here's why instead, which is just influencing with an extra step. Some of those creators landed sponsorship deals specifically because their honest reputation made them more credible to audiences. Brands wanted to be the why. They wanted to be the product that a trusted, anti-commercial voice endorsed, because that endorsement carried more weight than a traditional ad read ever could. As one Vox piece put it, the internet's sole purpose increasingly feels like selling you something. De-influencing doesn't escape that gravitational pull. It just orbits it at a slightly different distance, and the absorption keeps accelerating. Charli XCX's Brat album Identity in 2024 might be the clearest visual proof. The cover was a blurry, compressed JPEG of lime green with the word Brat in lowercase Arial. Deliberately anti-polished, deliberately ugly. It was praised as a rejection of the slick, over-designed branding that dominated pop music. And within weeks, fast food chains, fashion labels, and corporate social media accounts were producing Brat-coded content. The rejection of design conventions became the design convention almost instantaneously. Infogie's social data tracking confirms that de-influencing didn't spike and disappear. It plateaued into a permanent content genre, which means the rebellion isn't just getting co-opted, it's getting institutionalized. So where does this go? The cycle used to take decades. Punk to ad campaigns took 15 years. Grunge to the runway, 5 years. De-influencing to brand strategy, 5 weeks. The compression is happening because algorithms reward whatever gets engagement, and anti-consumerist content gets tremendous engagement. TikTok doesn't distinguish between a video telling you to buy something and a video telling you not to. Both generate watch time. Both feed the machine. And now that TikTok Shop has turned the entire platform into a storefront, the distance between critique and commerce has collapsed to almost nothing. But here's what keeps this from being a purely cynical story. Even co-opted movements can deliver real education. Aja Barber, a sustainability advocate, argues the point isn't whether de-influencing is pure, it's whether it teaches people to think critically about buying. Punk still changed the culture even after its typography showed up in vodka ads. The ideas survived the absorption. Maybe media literacy is de-influencing's real legacy, not anti-consumption. So, de-influencing is still influencing. That much is clear. But maybe the more interesting question isn't whether the rebellion got co-opted. It always does. Maybe the question is whether something real slipped through before the machine caught up. Tell me the last thing you didn't buy because someone on the internet told you not to. And tell me what you bought instead. I already know the answer. I just want to hear you say it. Share it with that friend who just posted an anti-haul and then dropped an affiliate link. Until next time, this has been The Threads of Culture.